This is the original, and this is the copycat stolen idea. Which one is better? Today we're going to be looking at Mini Foods mystery box kits.
This is now illegal. Quick note, Jackie from the future here. There is a recall on Miniverse, and I'm pretty sure Mini Brands Create will follow just because it is resin, and they have been marketing this for little ones, and I've always said this is not for little ones. So here's the proof that this has been recalled. If you do have any, you can get any kind of reimbursement or exchange or something like that. Just wanted to let you know, and a huge thank you to the hundreds and hundreds who've been messaging me about this and tagging me everywhere, and also to this person right here for being the first to actually message me and get me down that rabbit hole. So yeah, do your research. I knew it. I knew it.
If you like all things that are tiny groceries, tiny foods, and tiny DIYs, then for sure you Grains have heard of either Miniverse or Mini Brands Create. And the idea is we're getting small items and turning them into finished foods that look like this. Now, even though this is a copycat / stolen idea, depends on your perspective, this has a unique feature where the super rare item is actually scented. Yes, you heard scented resin. And when I was sniffing resin last time, some of y'all were yelling at me in the comments. I understand you're not supposed to sniff resin, but they made it scented. What do you want? But in all honesty, let's see if we can find the rare today and see if it smells bad or if it actually smells good. And so the goal today is to take a quick look at the Miniverse and then do at least 3 different projects from any of these mini brands. So the goal is hopefully we'll get 3 different ones. Since they are mystery boxes, we don't always know what we're gonna get. So let's just move these to the side. Just give me a second. There.
Bruh.
All right, so as we can see for the Miniverse, we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 surprises. We also get a stand in which to display our actual piece, and of course, a whole instruction guide with all the goodies that we can make. Oh, and there you go. And I do have more detailed videos on these, so if you want to watch a slower pace kind of video where I'm taking my time and doing all the projects, I will link a playlist down below, but we're just taking a quick look at this one. Immediately we can see that this here has personality. Here it says, have a sunny day, keep cool, and then a cute little logo of their mascot, which is a sun. It says, thank you, have a sunny day. Again, we're seeing the mascot again, the sun. It says, made fresh. It's just colorful and very playful. So let's see our first surprise. We get, oh my goodness, we have strawberries and cream. Let's get a closer look. And here's what these strawberries look like. They're pretty cute and very small. And then we have a dollop of cream. And again, the label is showing us this character who is a sun with just happy vibes. Next item, we get, okay, we have a display. So my guess is this might actually be a cake. Here we have, oh, what are you? Vanilla. Not sure what this is, but again, we have that cute little sun mascot. Okay, I'm guessing this is going to be our cream, actually. And let's see what it looks like on the inside. And the answer is very creamy. So that's our resin. I'm going to guess this is our cake. And yes, we have a sponge cake, again, with the cute sun mascot saying sun-baked sweets. Let's get a closer look of you. So let's take it out. And the cake is beautifully shaded on the sides here. We have beautiful texture as well. And then in here we have, oh, what is that? Crumble, cute. And it seems like we do have a label over here. Vitamin Glee, Sunny Sides, Golden Rays, and Total Delight. I love tiny details. And last but not least, we should be getting our utensils and tongs in here. So we have just the tongs. Oh, no, that's not true. We have a spreading knife. And according to the instructions, we are making a strawberry shortcake. Aha! And as you can see from the instructions here, it is pretty clear and straightforward. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take our spreadable cream and do it around the sides first and then put our crumble. This is going to make it easier for me to hold it from the top and bottom so that I can just spread the crumble more efficiently. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and harden it with a UV light. And yes, this light over here basically acts as like rays of the sun. And if you're working with UV resin, it'll basically harden it in about 2 minutes as opposed close to 15 minutes in actual sunlight. And once I have the top done, I'm going to go ahead and place the cream first to give me a gauge of where the strawberries go, and then place the strawberries. And now we're going to harden it again with the UV light. And just to be clear, this UV light is mine. I actually had to buy this for about $10, so keep that in mind if you need to buy your own light, which means I'm hinting at something extra in here. And here you have it, the adorable tiny miniature strawberry shortcake that we made with the Miniverse. This was quick, this was easy, straight to the point, but again, we don't have a material that is important to making this, which is the UV light. Not necessary, I know it's not necessary, but if you're living in somewhere like Montreal or some parts of Canada, you don't always see sun. I haven't seen the sun in 2 days. And I know it's summer. But now let's go ahead and check out the Mini brands Create and see the biggest differences between the two. I really do hope that we're going to get the rare one today that is scented, because I'm really curious how that's going to be like. And we have our surprises. The first thing we can see in terms of the differences, let's put these side by side, Kitty Editor, is that the surprises on the inside on the Mini brands are plain. The other ones, the bags, were actually colorful. Here we have the Mini brands logo and the Master Chef collaboration. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 surprises, plus this here. This is everything. So the biggest difference between the Miniverse and the Mini brands is this thing. Let's get our trusty felt to help us, since this is a white item. This chef hat is actually your UV light, so it will shine in order to harden your resin. So it means you don't have to go out there and actually find one for yourself anywhere between $5 and $10. And it's basically the same price. So this is a huge bonus to make your projects work faster. So let's see our first surprise. And, ooh, okay. We have a display plate, a plate, and some sliced almonds. We also get a scoopy thing for cake, as well as the bottom part for the display. Voila. I have a feeling we may have already done this project. If we did, then I'll just leave the link below for us making it. Next item we have, oh my goodness, what is that? This is a box. And all we see here is cheesecake, and the rest of the box is pretty plain. Now, if we look at the packaging of the Miniverse, you're going to see we have a character, we have a mascot, we have some cute designs, some extra details, even some details about the non-nutritional facts. However, here we have absolutely nothing going on with this box. Again, side by side, you'll see the different elements that make Miniverse a little bit more fun and playful, whereas this one is kind of plain. Now, I did say in my previous video that maybe these are trying to aim more towards adults, but if you're an adult like me, you like colors too, you like personality. So it's fun to have a little bit more visual interest. So here is our cheesecake. Let's take it out. And this is absolutely beautiful shading. Again, you can see the cheesecake. You can even see the texture over here. Same thing. Let's look at the Miniverse. Luckily, we also got a cake side by side. You can see the differences in the textures and shading. Next here we have, okay, we have 2 different kinds of items. We have apricot halves and apricot jam. So we actually did do this project, but let's continue seeing what's left in here. And the last one is, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why is this so hard to open? There we go. Oh, and we also do get a tiny fork. We have this little card here with the display instructions, but even more detailed instructions. So all of this. Now the thing with Miniverse, let's look at the instructions, is that they give you the instructions basically in pictures. So like, do this, harden it, then do this and harden it again. So it really works on your idea of following numbers and pictures. Whereas Mini Brands has an actual step-by-step tiny guide that shows you cheesecake, almonds, put your resin, add your apricots, more resin, more almonds, and then harden it. And as you can see, we already did do this project, and here it is what it looks like. And let's put them side by side with the strawberry shortcake and the apricot jam cake. Essentially, Miniverse has a little bit more of that personality, and Mini Brands just makes it feel a little bit more elegant for the adults who like to look fancy. I'm not making fun of you, I'm making fun of myself. But in all honesty, they both work basically the same. Now the projects are going to be the most important thing, which is why let's see what the next one is. And also let me know your opinions in the comments. Which one do you prefer and why? I'm still aiming for that scented one. And just as a quick recap what the different items we can get here, we have some pork belly ramen, we have glazed lamb, it's very fancy, stuffed pork loin and roast, we have tropical fruit parfait, vegan chocolate mousse. I don't know how you can tell it's vegan, but okay, that's interesting. We have cherry chocolate cake. Here it's known as a black forest. Let me know what this cake is called where you live. We can get chocolate profiteroles, which we've done in a previous video. We did the almond apricot cake. We have the strawberry cake, which we have also done in the previous video. There's summer fruit tart and the super rare scented apple and cinnamon pie. That's the one we want. Already the opening experience is nicer. And what do we have in here? My goodness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 surprises, and of course we have our light. Now, I did forget to mention, you don't always get the light. Some projects don't require the light. So if you find a ball that is lighter than the rest, that probably doesn't have a light. All right, let's take a look at our first surprise. And we have, oh my goodness. What do we have? All right, we have a plate, sliced almonds. Don't let it be the same thing. And we have another display with this thing. All right, let's open this and see if it's the same thing. Oh no. Oh no. We have apricot jam and apricot halves. We got the same project. Let's move on to the next box. By the way, sometimes I wonder if Salty Crafter is as salty as she is just because she doesn't get enough of the proper sleep care that she needs. I mean, I know she's nocturnal, but sometimes those lights can be pesky. I know you're salty, Salty Crafter. Don't worry, I got you. And I got you specifically with today's sponsor, Manta Sleep. For those of you who don't know Manta Sleep, they have some of the best sleep masks. No, wait, because it's not just any sleep mask that you can ask for. Everything from weighted sleep masks, audio sleep masks, heated sleep masks, as well as cooling sleep masks. And their mission is to empower light sleepers to sleep better so that they can do more. That's kind of like people like me. As someone who is both insomniac and has chronic conditions, I really needed to test out the heated ones and the cooling ones. So it's important to know that you do need your base for any of the attachments. And as you can see me unboxing over here, the cooling one is basically the 2 iPads, and we're going to shove that into the freezer for about an hour. And as you can see here, we're going to start with the heated ones, and they do come with the 2 iPads in the packaging, and we're going to shove that in the microwave for approximately 30 seconds. Pretty toasty. And oh my goodness, just putting these on right away, I can tell that my sinuses started to kind of clear out, and I barely had them for just a few seconds. And when I had them later on a different night and had them for a much longer time, it really did help my sinuses clear out and feel less stuffy. Now switching on to the cooler ones, we're going to go ahead and do as the instructions say and shove them for about an hour in the freezer. And I have to say, I am absolutely in love with these. The second I put them on, I really felt the puffiness on my face have that kind of tightness to it, and not in a bad way. It just felt so much nicer because I get puffy eyes first thing in the morning. I know what I'm going to be using. And all of these materials are absolutely soft and premium quality. I didn't have any issues adjusting any of them to my head, and they were not sliding off when I wore them to bed. You can really tell the premium quality of these products. And especially I know many of you grains do have inflammation or some kinds of pain, so heat or cool is probably 2 of my favorites personally. But of course, don't forget to get your base. So what are you waiting for? Use my code NERDYCRAFTER and my link down below to get 10% off with no risk for 60 days. Which means quick, hassle-free refund. Free USA shipping and international shipping starting at $4.99. Again, the code is NERDYCRAFTER for 10% off with the link down below as well as the pinned comment, and get started today. Good sleep is no compromise. Thank you, Manta Sleep, for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Okay, I think we need to start getting a little bit more serious here and taking out our scale because we haven't had good luck. So let's see how much this one here weighs. So this one is 132. And how about you? 133. Let's keep checking. 123. So far these are all 3 different weights, so they should be 3 different items, right? Let's see this next one. 154. This one's pretty heavy, so I'm gonna take this one as well. And how about you? 135. So we're gonna take the ones that are drastically different from each other and try that. So we're gonna start with the one that's 135, 136. And let's get that opened up. And I think the 135, 136 might actually be the cake. Let's go ahead and open you. And what do we have here first? No, we have whipped cream. And then we have chocolate sauce. I think this might be the profiteroles. So we're gonna put this back in. And let me open the box here, just in case. We have strawberries. And we have the choux pastry. Yes, these are the profiteroles. Again, we did do this in a previous video. Here's basically some of the steps that we took, but we're not gonna show you the end result. You'll have to watch the video for that. Now we're going to go for the one that is 123 or 124. This set has a lot of doubles, which makes me think that the rare is basically impossible to find, unless they got a PR package. Please be different, please. Okay, we have 1, we have the light, 2, 3, and 4 surprises. And this here is our UV light for the resin. Here's what it looks like. So far, so good. All right, so let's start with this one because I think this might actually be our resin. And we finally have something different. This is a finishing glaze. Not sure what that is. And here, oh my goodness, we have glazed lamb. Okay, let's open this up. Oh my goodness! Why are these so cute? We have tiny pieces of lamb. And you can see the details here. Why does this look like a T-Rex? Somehow it looks like a dinosaur. We have the shading of the different colors. And then we have the little bones sticking out here. Pretty cool. That is actually pretty cool. And we do have 3 of them. And again, the packaging is pretty fancy. The finishing glaze doesn't have any information around it, just the fact that it says finishing glaze. And we have a nozzle for the finishing glaze. That's good. Nozzle's always good. Next, we have a, excuse me. Excuse me. We have mixed vegetables. So it looks like I thought these were potatoes, but I'm guessing these are parsnips and carrots. But they do look like potatoes a little bit. And then we have a leaf over here. So I guess basil or mint, depending on what you want it to be. And let's get even closer because the shading on this here is absolutely beautiful. Not much going on with the carrots. They just look like carrot orange sticks. But the shading on these parsnips is absolutely wonderful. We have a knife and a plate. I'm actually surprised there's no fork, but okay. Next item here. Oh, okay. Here we have the display. We have some tongs. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. There we go. We have the fork, the display stand over here. And in this bag, we should be basically getting the same thing that we get in every one of them, which is the placemat and the instructions. So let's pull everything out. And yes, we have the placemat with the cardboard and the instructions. My goodness, that is aesthetically pretty. So we have the glazed lamb, and look at that. We can stack it upwards with the vegetables kind of hiding, or we can stack it with the vegetables kind of around it. This is pretty cool. And according to the instructions, we put the finishing glaze first, then we add a few vegetables stacked in the middle, and then we harden it. So that way our base is pretty solid, and then we can go ahead and stack our lamb, then add our veggie and add more glaze on top of the lamb, and then we go ahead and harden it again. Seems pretty straightforward. Let's give it a go. All right, so let's get our finishing glazed opened up because that's basically the first thing we need to do. It's a very light brown sauce, and now we can put the nozzle right on top. Oh no, I got some on my fingers. Not the end of the world. Don't use water and don't lick it. Wipe it off dry or wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol. Otherwise it's gonna get sticky. So it looks like we're drizzling on the outside and then we're doing a kind of M in the middle. I guess they're doing the MasterChef logo, maybe? Before we actually move on to putting things together, I have to say the texture of this parsnip feels really lovely. Not just is it a golden color, but it is just soft. There's something about it that feels like an eraser, but kind of like rubber. I like it. Okay, let's see how well this holds itself. So we're gonna go ahead and do a circle on the outside, kind of. Oh, that's a bubble. Oh, that is way thicker than they said it would be. That is way thicker. We're gonna do that M. Very nice. That's what I tell myself. And it's almost like building a fire. You need to make sure that you're building it upwards. I don't know what I'm saying. It's gonna add a little bit more of this here. And we're gonna just dip some of that, dip some of that carrot like so. Actually, I want some of that carrot dipped twice. And over here as well. I think this is pretty good. It really is like building a campfire. And I feel like we can have a parsnip kind of just hanging out. You know what? Let's wait. No, I don't think we're supposed to wait. I think we're supposed to just keep stacking. So we're gonna stack you like so. And I'm gonna wait for that last carrot. So I'm gonna take my light, turn it on, and shine it right on top so that we can save our progress. This is actually fun. I like this. All right, that is looking super cute. Now let's just look at that. We have saved our progress. Yeah, that is solid. Oh my goodness, that is solid. Now we have our tiny glazed lamb. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. How is little meat so cute? Why are tiny things cute? I know Hopescope will agree with me if you want to watch her do tiny things, because I feel like when I see someone else do tiny things, I'm like,
we're best friends now.
That's it, we're best friends. I'll link Hopescope's video down below. I don't know if she knows we're best friends, but it has happened. All right, so we're going to have to stack our pieces of lamb so that the bones meet in the middle. So let's see what we can get going here. We have this. We have this. So far, nope, like that. And the last one is going to go over here. It's not the nicest placement. I feel like we could do better. Maybe something like this. I don't feel like it's mountainous enough. There you go. I think that's good. All right, I moved it off camera just a little bit to get it a little bit of a higher peak. And now we're gonna add a little bit more of that glaze. Kind of like a so. We don't want to hide too much of the lamb. I know we need to get the edge though, otherwise it has nothing to hold on to. Yes. And like a so. Voila. No, don't fall. I don't want you to fall. Do not fall, please. Please. There. And I'm gonna add just a little bit underneath. Again, because we need this to have something to hold on to. So I'm gonna add a little bit more down here as well. Voila. Now let's go ahead and save our progress because I don't want to lose anything, and we're just going to shine our light right on top for a couple of minutes. And here it is all done. I went ahead and added that green leaf, but I didn't actually harden it in there. I'm like, it's kind of okay if you want to move things around. You don't have to necessarily harden everything together. And here is a top view where it looks absolutely epic. It makes all the little top parts crossing together look even more epic. And again, here it is on another angle where we have the fork and knife. The scale is just cute. I like it. I love this. I'm probably going to turn it into a magnet and put it on my fridge. But I do highly recommend to make sure that whatever glaze of resin you use to put a little bit underneath the meat so that it holds onto the plate itself. Next, we're going to do this one, which was pretty heavy, coming in at 154-ish. And we're hoping we're going to get a different project. Or maybe the scented one. And then here we have our UV light. Again, all of these lights work beautifully. So far, none of them are defective, which is fantastic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 surprises. And I think our best gauge to know if anything is a repeat is to open the one that seems to have the bottles. So let's check this one first. And oh, excuse me. What is all this? What is all this? Okay, we have whipped cream, which is pretty heavy. We have star-shaped sprinkles. That is tiny. Let's get this out and let's take a closer look at these star-shaped sprinkles. Oh my goodness, these are so small, so baby. All right, and then we have chocolate sauce. Again, we don't have any information or any kind of playfulness to this set. It's more the serious MasterChef look. We also get a nozzle for the chocolate sauce, and this feels like a bigger box. So what, oh my goodness. Here we have cherries. Oh, I know what this is. Okay, I know exactly what this is. It's, yes, chocolate cake base. We are going to be doing the Black Forest cake. Let's open you up. And we have 2 different layers for the chocolate. Very nice. What is the smell? No, that's my mind playing tricks on me. I thought I smelled chocolate. We have the cake scoopy thing. I know many of you have been correcting me and telling me the real name of the scoopy thing, but I keep forgetting. I can be educated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I disappoint. I don't mean it. It's in my brain. It's sometimes this big. We also have a tiny fork. And oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. We have tongs. We have a display plate. Okay, so this is the display stand that we could just click them into each other. We do have a small plate and a doily plate. Okay, I guess we'll find out what this is for. And in here, we should be getting the usual, which is the instructions and the mat. Let's see that. Instructions and the mat. Oh, one of the other things I did forget to mention is that at the end of every instruction, there's a QR code right here. And this actually brings you to the real recipe of the finished product. Kind of neat. All right, so for the instructions, it does tell us to use the whipped cream first. Now, the good thing about the whipped cream in this set is that it is not resin. I repeat, you do not need to harden this with sunlight. It just hardens with time. It's cream. It's kind of like a glue. Now, the instructions do say it takes about 20 minutes. However, that is completely false. It does take anywhere between 8 to 12 hours. So keep that in mind. So once you put our first layer, we're gonna put some cherries, more cream, and then the sauce, enough for it to actually drizzle, stars, harden, more cream, and then the finishing touch of the cherries. Again, it does say 20 minutes, but that is absolutely false. I can confirm they are pretty smushy after 20 minutes. All right, so first things first is we're going to take our whipped cream and we're going to squeeze. Oh wait, I have to learn my lesson. I think this is actually sealed because last time I kept pressing hard. Yep, it is sealed. So make sure that you don't squeeze until you remove this seal over here. Voila. And it comes with its own tiny piping tip. So you're gonna get some nice shapes with that. Okay, so let's put our cream. And it's gonna be important to get that cream on the outer edge as much as possible. Yeah, it does smell like school glue. So far, so good. Get it all the way around. And it is telling us to use the fork to try and flatten it a little bit. Oh, I got some on my fingers. That's okay. That's okay. Make sure that if you know you have any kind of allergies to wear gloves or any of that sort. I know my skin is dragon skin, so I'm not that sensitive. And now we're supposed to put the cherries all the way around. And we do have the half cherries. These are the ones that are supposed to go all the way around. And these ones are on top. The shading on this is basically inexistent. They are pretty dark cherries, but there's no shading. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them all the way around as best as I can. And we do need enough cream for them to hold onto something. So I'm adding just a smidge more on the edges and just finishing up. All right, and now we're going to squish the top layer like so. Very nice. So far, looking pretty good. Now we're gonna get that chocolate glaze opened up. Voila. Kind of looks like the finishing glaze that we just previously did. And now basically the instructions tell us to pour the chocolate glaze all on top until it starts to drizzle. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a nice generous layer over here. So now I'm taking my fork and trying to spread that as evenly as possible, but some places I'm going to try and encourage it to fall down the sides, kind of like a drizzle. And now it's time to put our little star sprinkles. They did show us to put it pretty generously, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put them wherever they land. Mostly around the middle though. I don't know why stars. I've never seen stars on my chocolate cake. Oh, and that's all I have. Well then. So let's go ahead and take our light and shine it on top for a few minutes. Now we're going to take our cream and make some really nice dollops. Luckily that tip is perfect for making tiny dollops. And we're gonna add our cherries on top. I'm trying to keep those cherries as organic as possible, but you see what the results are like. And here is our Black Forest cake. I have to say this was very relaxing to do just because of all the tiny elements that I had to put in there. But tiny DIYs really are fun regardless whether it's either kit. And here's the top view. I feel like I definitely missed out on putting the stars closer to the middle because they were just hidden with the cream. And here's what it looks like after 20 minutes. Just so you have an idea, do not touch it after 20 minutes. Actually, this is 30 minutes, so even longer time. This is a side note, by the way. This is what it's supposed to look like after 24 hours. It's pretty solid. But you know what? I do have 2 more of these, and so that means we have 2 more chances of potentially getting the ultra rare. So let's just open both of them and see what we get. And this one's pretty light. At least it feels like it's pretty light. Oh my goodness, come on, stop moving. It's 132 grams. I feel like it might actually be the apricot cake, but let's see. And open. Okay, let's see our surprises. I'm going to try and feel for the resin bottle first. I think this might be it. We have our light. So let's see what we get in here. And if it's something different. Ooh, that looks different. What is this the, I see apple. Stop, everything stop. What? Wait, apple cinnamon. I legit still have the other one here. What luck is this? At least now you know how much it weighs. No. Did we just get the ultra rare? Okay, hang on. Let me slow down. Slow down. Apple cinnamon sauce. This is supposed to be the scented one. So we're gonna get there in just a few seconds. We're gonna sniff that resin in not too long. Here we have apple slices. And it looks like we are getting really thin pieces of apple. That is cute. I am living for these tiny slices and very thin too. Stop. That's crazy. I'm like, oh, just let's open it and see what happens. Oh my goodness. Okay, next item in here is pretty packed. Oh, wow. It's not, what? Hang on, there's a lot going on here. Let me just move things. We do get a nozzle for the apple cinnamon, so that's good. We also have, what is that? What are you? Ice cream. Okay, we have 1 scoop of ice cream in this package that is not closed. Do you have a cap? Everything was in here. Let's see what's in here. Everything just seems to have fallen. There you go. Okay, technically we have 2 scoops of ice cream and this was supposed to have been closed like so. Voila. And then we have the display stand where, there you go. You can put your stuff on. And I'm guessing it's not the resin that's actually scented. It looks like it might be whatever is in here. So maybe the pie crust? Not sure. Let's get you opened up. Let's see. Okay, nothing in here. And here we have our pie crusts. This must be the thing that's scented, right? Yeah, it is scented. And it has this syrup, like a maple syrup scent. It doesn't smell like cinnamon or apple. Yeah, it's definitely maple syrupy and buttery. That's really exciting. I'm just so excited. Next, we have, all right, all the utensils, let's get you out. We have a plate, we have a scoopy thing, and some tongs. And then in here, we should have our instructions as well as the mat. Oh my goodness. This one's always the hardest one to open, but we have, let's see, we have the instructions and our little mat. Nothing different here. Can't believe we got the ultra rare. Feel free to scan the QR code if you want the real recipe. And here's what it looks like. And the instruction says to take half the pie, add some apple, add the glaze, harden it, and then add the topping and the ice cream on top, more topping, and then harden it. Okay, that's a pretty straightforward project. I'm excited about this. All right, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and put our sliced apples like so. I know they said to put just 1 layer of apples, but I disagree. The more the better. As long as our top fits, and it looks like it does fit. Now we do have the apple cinnamon sauce that I showed you at the beginning, and I'm curious if this is going to be scented. Scented resin is not abnormal. We've seen flower type resin show up in Sophie and Toffee. You know, it would be great if you opened though. It would be great. There you go. It's open. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the experiment so you don't have to. The answer is no. There's a reason why they made sure it was the crust and not the resin. This stuff is gross. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just make sure as much of it is as flat as possible, like so. And let's pour the resin right, oh my goodness, that is goopy. All right, we're gonna pour it right on top and we're gonna give it about 10 seconds to settle. So let's see what that looks like.
A few moments later. Okay,
well, this ain't settling, so I think what we're gonna need to do is take our tongs and maybe just move it a little bit of everywhere, like so. And at least it'll have glazed the top and get rid of that bubble pocket right there. I think that looks pretty good. Now we can go ahead and harden it with our light. Voila. And now we're going to take the top, I'm gonna put a little bit of that resin on the edge and then place it right on top, just so that it has something to hold on to when we harden everything. And by the way, I noticed this has little cute little floral prints all the way around. That's actually really nice. And the shading is phenomenal on this. Once that's nicely on there, let's put our ice cream scoop and then drizzle that more of that stuff right on top. And now it's time for round 2 of hardening. And here it is all done. It looks absolutely adorable. It's not that different from the Miniverse type of pie that we've done previously as well. I'm gonna go ahead and say whichever one you have access to, and if you have a better price, go for that one. The ultra rare is a really great idea, especially that it is scented and it still smells like maple even after a few days. Here are all the ones that we did today. Let me know which one is your favorite. By the way, if you grains haven't gotten yourself one of my dragon bags that can be turned into either a purse or a backpack, as you can see here on the pictures. And yes, it comes with the straps you need to make it whatever style you want. Of course, they are adjustable as well. And not only are the straps adjustable, but you can also change the dragon face, whether you want it to be colorful or just a plain white background. And it does have its own dedicated zipper to get to the faces, in case you also want to use it as an Ita bag, which means a bag to display your own pins or charms. And again, you can put the pins whether you want it on the white background, or ta-da, you can also do it on the colorful background. Not just that, but this bag has space. Let me tell you, you can fit your Switch in there pretty comfortably, a pretty large wallet like you can see mine over here. And heck, why not add your favorite fidget toy too? And yes, there's even space for your phone with all of that in there. The inside also has a zipper to keep some of your more valuables safe. And if you need more space, we do have a zipper in the bag for those items that you want to have more conveniently, easily accessible. And I can't tell you enough how many compliments I've gotten just walking around with this bag. So if you're looking for something unique this season to accessorize with, why not check out my Dragon bag? Link is on the video as well as under. And if you want to watch more crafting and DIYs, make sure you click up here. If you want to catch something different like mystery boxes, make sure you click down here. Until then, I will see you grains in the next video.
Okay, I found this on the web but you know what, I do have 2 more of these. And so that means we have 2 more chances of potential.
What? Okay, Siri. I didn't even talk to her.